Good morning. Okay, so per usual, guys checking to see if we're actually live on the page. YouTube will send me an email to tell me that I'm live on my page there, but you never know with Facebook. There we are. Okay. So, hi guys. So I moved and look, I'm like super blue. I feel like a smurf over here. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I so blue? So I pushed myself up against, like, we have this huge window. And so I'm up against the window now, which obviously gives me way better lighting for the painting, but it turns me blue. Like, look at the difference between my hand and my face. I feel like a smurf. You just call me Smurfette at this point. Oh my. So, today we're gonna do the Star Spangled Cow. So here's what we're doing. Let me turn off my heater. I always forget to do that before I hop on a live because then it starts getting really hot and then I'll turn red instead of blue. So it is what it is. But so we're doing this guy, Star Spangled Cow, and he's so cute. Like, I'm super digging him. There are little pieces. So of course he's a puzzle like all the other kits. You like puzzles, we like painting, we like puzzles. So that's what we do here. I've already attached the two stands, and on this one, there is a front and a back. So when you're attaching the stands, make sure that the slots line up. Otherwise, you're going to lose it, and you can pop them back off. It's not easy, but it's doable. So we just have our normal colors. We are doing, let's see, we've got dark brown, we've got yellow ochre, we've got navy blue, sky blue, roasted pecan, Christmas red, clover truffle, vintage white, and then I have, I tossed the Home Depot white. It was flat, so don't get the flat. That's what I looked at. And then I have the Deco Art snow white. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. There is a piece on this guy that you do have to glue. I mean, there's just some kits, it's give or take. I can either make it work or I can't. And then I have to make the choice of whether you guys really want to have this kit because I think he's so cute. And so there was a choice. The choice was made to not have the glue. So, and it's on this back grass piece. But so let me pull this guy back over so I can sort by my colors. Um, I'll just pull all of his hands off. These are all I didn't get black. Let me grab black. I didn't grab a black. So we're grabbing black over here. That's deco art too. So that's just the lamp black. And then magic erasers, grab those, have those handy. And then these ones, because they're stripes, we will do brushing on this one. So if you have brushes, grab your brushes. This is separate. So we're going to put the little guy over here. This we'll do white first, and then we'll paint him the red. Okay, I'm just looking at my label here. This is the first time I've, like, seriously sat down and looked at him. I've just kind of peeked at him, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he's so cute." But then I haven't really, like, puzzled him together, so that's what we're doing right now. A navy and this time I grabbed the, wood glue from the Dollar Tree and instead of the super glue because I do prefer the wood glue over the super glue just because it's easier to clean off my fingers and I'm not spending days, like, trying to get it off my hands. Vintage white. This guy will do so his background is dark brown, and then this one is roasted pecan, puzzle pieces. So this is where and we got the red. This is where you'll have to glue, and there is an etching right here. So when you see, you'll have to kind of glue and get a little bit up here and on his tail. So you have to watch that and kind of lay it down as you're gluing your pieces together. But that's the only portion that you'll need glue on this guy. So we'll go ahead and get started with, let's do the background first. So we'll start with the green, which is the clover truffle. Just grab some of this, put it on our palette, just a little tiny bit, and we'll just hop in here. Get our first base coat. Now, of course, because we're gluing and you have the etched pieces, you don't have to paint the whole thing. I didn't put my white with my white. Where's my white? Over here. So you don't have to paint all of this. You can kind of just get these pieces over here that are going to show once you put the cow on here. And then let's do a roasted pecan while we've got this guy over here. I just want to make sure we've got, so that's a roasted pecan. He's got 2 tones to him. If you paint the way that I'm painting him, he'll have the 2 different tones. So we'll just flip our magic eraser over, and then underneath this, we'll do red and white for when you put his glasses on, they kind of pop through. He's got a little bit right here. I just got green all over my fingers, I can feel it. And then this is the roasted, well, apparently I got brown too. Roasted pecan here. And then if you wanted to add like a texture to him, like his little fur, then you can grab, so last week when we did one of the gnomes, it was the mini Uncle Sam, and I showed you guys the comb brush. You can grab the comb brush or you can use a liner and add, like, like his little fur to him. Totally up to you how detailed you want to get with all of him. So let's see, that was all of the roasted pecans so far. I'm just like eyeballing his picture here. Do we want, let's paint this green so he's sitting in a patch of green too. So we'll just grab this really quick. This guy's falling apart. So the construction's back again. I put myself in front of the window, which means, so the way they built, when they built our building, it's an older building, like early 1970s, mid 70s. And the road out there was just a 2-lane road, and so when they expanded the road to a 4-lane road, they moved it closer, so the sidewalk is literally, I can high five people walking by. It's kind of amusing sitting here all day, and I didn't realize that there was so much foot traffic, right here until I pushed myself over here, and I'm like, "Huh, there's a lot of people who actually kind of walk by." Nobody's actually turned and looked at me yet to realize that I'm watching, but it makes me wonder if they're walking by and they feel like somebody's eyeballing them. So if you see me look up and watch somebody walk, but that's me watching people walk by. But the construction is back and now all the it's ugh, 'tis the season over here, but they've pulled people in from out of state to do, because we just have some massive growth in the valley. And so they pulled people in from Oregon to do like sewer replacements on the street out here. And it's supposedly it's a no dig sewer replacement. That's not gonna work. We're gonna have to open that. But I've seen some digging going on, so I don't know if there was a place where they have to dig up portions of the street to get to it. It's supposed to end soon, but there's also a sign over here right in front of our shop that says the road is gonna be closed again. So that'll be interesting again. Okay, and grab another, okay, I'm getting paint. I'm being messy today. Grab another magic eraser, and we're just going to, okay, I'm gonna avoid his tail and his horns, and the rest I can kind of just hop in here and go around. Now, the amazing thing about this one is there's a lot of etching, so you can choose to whether you want to solid paint him and just paint the whole thing, or pick and choose, like, you think where pieces are gonna show up and just paint those colors. Much more handy if you're using a brush, and then that way you can just avoid those pieces. We'll see how that goes when I lay it down, when I dry fit before I stick everything together, if I got it right or not. We're gonna cross our fingers. Okay, now the back of him and his nose is vintage white. You can mix, if you're brave, you can mix the vintage white with, I'd probably mix it with the roasted pecan and create just a little bit more cohesiveness. I mean, they're all cohesive with the colors, but or you can come in with a dry brush and kind of, um, give him some fuzz on his nose and his tail. And I would totally let's see, where is it? If it's dry already. I was doing a new pattern like the Bloomy Nomies. So I was doing a new one of those yesterday, and so all my stuff, I come in here, I forgot all my brushes in the water because, that's how I roll. But I just dry brushed, wiped most of it off over here, and would just tap and kinda give him some texture in his tail. I mean, it's super light, so you might not almost see it. Let's see if we can get some more going. I mean, exaggerate it a little bit so you can see on the camera. I don't know if you can see that. Where's his nose? If you use the comb brush, let's see, how would his fur go this way? You'll get lines like we did with the gnome, like I said, in the Uncle Sam gnome. If you wanna see the comb brush, you can go back and look at that video. That'll just give him a little bit of dirt on his nose. And then, let's see, we want to paint his glasses, which are red and white. Let's do all the white because white always takes multiple coats. So let's set him to the side and we'll come in with some white. Or actually, it's this one, not him. Okay. I should pull up the raw picture of him so I could see all the puzzle pieces together. If you're ever questioning how things go together, go to the website and look at the raw photos. That'll be your best friend. All right, so we're gonna pull some white. There's many of times that I've done it myself. I'm like, I don't remember how this goes together. So I just hop over to the website, find the product, and then look at the photos. And then that way I know how he went together. Okay, so this guy's white. And if you want to be a perfectionist, of which I am not, you can kind of lay down here and see, all right, cool, we lined it up pretty good. Let's do the flag because we'll do stripes. And I debated whether or not to tape and show you guys crisp lines, but because it's wavy, probably would take me a lot longer. We'd be here for a long time. Where's my there it is. This one I wanna scrape out because I want to see the lines. Because 'cause we're gonna come back in here and do the red stripes. Whoop. Okay, so we'll leave that there. We'll get this one. Here's the other reason why I like the magic erasers. They sit very well within not having to get paint in your grooved spaces if you don't want, like, the lettering and the scored and etched portions of your wood. The magic erasers lay the paint down really well if you're gentle. Now, if you're shoving, if you're pushing hard, putting a lot of pressure on your magic eraser, you're gonna get paint in there. But if you're just lightly with the super light coat, I think it for me, it gives a better, base coat, top coat, wherever you're doing at that point for the grooved spaces. And then if you want paint in it, that hard stencil brush that I just used on his nose is what I would use to push the paint in the engraved spaces. We don't need to do that one again to give the color to it. So that's how I would get paint in or keep it out of words, lettering, like his mouth and his nose. You saw how quick that was, and I just laid it right on there. Oh, I totally went off track on that one, and that one's gonna be white, so let's redo. Just a quick little tap. There we go. Do second on this one. Okay, who decorates for Memorial Day and then just leaves your Americana decor up for the whole summer? I've got if you haven't seen it yet, the subscription box for this month behind me, along with a couple other fun things. And this one I had some amazing photos taken for it, and I can't wait. Like, if you're on the wait list, you've seen it. If you're a subscriber, you've seen it. So I should start posting to Facebook because you guys all need to see this one. This one was super duper fun, and I really enjoyed painting this month's box. Do we have all the white? Oh, we need to get the background here for the white there, because that normally most of the designers leave it the stars on here. This one, she's cut out, which is not bad, not a bad thing at all. It's actually for the flag, I think it's better because who likes painting little tiny stars? Not me. Oh, stuck my finger in that one. We should bring that back over and let's do the yellow really quick because there's only two little pieces that are dark yellow, which is the yellow orchid. So we'll just do that one really quick. Put it off to the side. And let's slice this. I'm waiting for a room divider to come because now that I've pushed myself all the way up against the window, hence the reason I'm a Smurf. Uh, if they walk in to use the bathroom, which is like right there, then they're in the camera view. So I've put up a sign, if you come in, you will be live in the camera. So I don't know. We might have visitors, we might not. I don't know. So, but I'm waiting for that. Ordered it from Amazon, but it's like one of those that's not 2 days, so it's gonna be a minute before it gets here. So the next couple of lives we do, we might have fun visitors. My kids don't care. It's the people who come into the shop that need to use the restroom. I'm like, you might be on camera." Okay, so this guy, let me do the red now, the yellow over here. Let's do all of the red pieces. These are blue. I've disorganized all my sorting of the spaces. These are black. Okay, that guy's done. This is blue. We'll move that. Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna paint something that shouldn't be painted. A little bit of red. And we'll use the back side of the yellow one we just sliced. And is that so then we're gonna stripe. Where'd my oh, I just moved it over there. We're just getting the top of his glasses that hit his brow here. And then the glasses will sit over the top of that, like so. So you can kind of see close up white and red. Once we paint it, you'll see, I think, better. This one, let's do the rocket first, and then we'll come back and do with a brush. So with all of these score line, it'll be easy for placement. That was supposed to be blue. Those were supposed to be blue. And let's see that we'll stripe that. And then the top of this, does it sit? Let's see. Because it'll sit like this. Yes. So we need to get this piece right here, the very top of the firecracker. And then we're going to pull in the paintbrush to get the stripes. I do have washi tape. That might work for taping. Trying to find a flat. There's my jar of flats. Let's find the right size. Hmm. If I put pressure on that, we're gonna go outside the lines. Well, that's a good one. Okay. That was a number 7. Let me move and put down, I'll show you a little bit. It might work, might not. Let's see how this works. As far as the curve goes, that's what I'm concerned about is the curve. And that way I'll show you guys just really quickly. If you're not steady in your hands, you can just tape it off. There's my head. Okay. I was hoping my head wasn't in the way. That one. You're gonna have to go with the curve. Last piece. And that, where's my pokey? Let's see if this works like I hope it would. No, you'd have to come in with the razor or set that back. Just to keep we're not gonna get a crisp line there, guys. That's not gonna happen. Okay. Now I shall show you the options. Where's my paper towel? So we'll just grab it's flat number 7, and this one's been washied, so you can use markers. I pulled up the washi with my paintbrush. You can use markers, if you're not comfortable with the paintbrush. This is the washi tape or the painter's tape is another option to keep yourself steady and crisp lines. Me, I'm just go for it. We're gonna skip that one. So that one and this one, okay. Then I'll just line it up and go with the line. Setting your pinky down on the edge. It's awkward for me, but if you need another steady hand, you can set it down. Sounded like somebody just ran over a construction cone out there or hit it or something. So it's totally up to you whether or not you wanna spend the time to take the crisp lines or and then you're gonna have to come in here and pull all of this back up. Let's go this way, see if it will come up all in one piece, if we are lucky. So, here's the difference between the washi tape right here, this line, and then just regularly following the line. Just be careful. Either way, it doesn't matter how you do it, it's how you want to have it presented when you're finished. And for me, it's all about the crafting portion of it. That's what I love. It's just the creation. And there's our stripes. We can come back and do another coat if you want. And then I think that's all we got. We just got some blues and some blacks. And my washi tape is stuck to my table. So his little band on his hat is sky blue. That was a whole bunch of sky blue I just poured on there. Trying to find space. That one cart, I need a new cart. It's falling apart. I don't know if that one's from IKEA or Michael's, but wherever that one's from, it's literally like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's totally falling over. I have 2 of them, and that one I think that one is an IKEA cart. So, there's no IKEAs near me. I have to go to Salt Lake to get to an IKEA, and it's like a 6-hour drive. So, sadly, no IKEA for me. there is a company here that will charge you like 10% of your order or something like that. Used to, I don't know, since COVID, but they used to go down there like once a month and you could place an order with them and then they would bring it back and then charge you 10% of your order to bring all your stuff back from IKEA. But that's not as fun. If you've ever been to IKEA, that's the fun part is going in the store and exploring. Okay, we're gonna slice this one. And the blue gave me 2 globs on my table over here, so now I'm working with 2 globs of paint. That's the other way to make stripes, right? Just grab this edge of the magic eraser and just line it up with the line and just go for it. So, like with all your lettering, when you're painting in and you have cut out spaces, make sure that you don't have a bunch of paint on your piece, on your brush, your magic eraser, whatever you're using. Otherwise, you're gonna get it in between. And since this guy has this underneath him, you don't want a bunch of globby pieces and the stars and the stripes in his glasses, because then it won't show through as well. So be careful when you're doing that. Just get some blue. I think that's all the blue, right? No, the flag's over there. Okay. Gotta do the flag. And again, I really do like a lot that these stars are cut out from the flag versus etched or scored. Well, there it is. Looking for my pink pokey. It's just much more simpler to paint the back and then the top instead of coming in here with a marker or a little tiny liner brush and finishing that up. And then that's it. Then we've got black. Okay, let's move all those pieces out of the way. Grab our black, and then we'll dry fit everything to see how it fits. This one will slice. This is the one that was falling apart on us. Okay, black is quick. Just one coat and done. Almost stuck that in the blue. We would have had a blue hoop. Okay. Now let's dry fit this guy, and I would absolutely 100% recommend dry fitting this guy simply because oh, there went the packaging. Simply because of all his pieces, and you wanna make sure that you've painted all the spaces that are gonna be seen. So if you're not like me and you're not a dry fitter and you just start slapping your pieces together, you might be disappointed in the fact that you missed the spot. Let's get this guy. See, like his flag over here, I'm gonna push him down. And then his glasses and his nose. His nose has a little um etch slit, something like right there for the fireworks. So you're gonna line it up there. for the where did it go, guys? There it is. This goes over the top. And I probably should have put this down. Look at that. See? Probably should have put this down first because this kind of puzzles right into there. Do this. One of the big stars goes up here, and then these ones, 3 sizes to that one. And then his rocket. This way and this way. Cool beans. Okay. Now that we have him, looks good, right? Let's see. Let me see. You guys have a better view than I do. I'm always like looking over him. Okay, so we're going to do his 5 first. We'll get that on there. That one should lay down nice and flat so that he, you know, there's a white piece up here. So we need to paint that. Let's flip him. We'll just grab the brush that we used for the red. And when that was roasted pecan. So we'll just pop some paint right in there. It's already drying up on me. And then we'll just start putting work from the top down. It's just easier, especially with this guy. With all his pieces, he's like a puzzle, but I like puzzles. So I really enjoy that. When I'm pulling him off the laser, I'm like, oh, I have to figure out how to put this guy together for the pictures. Oop, is he lined up? I'm hoping that that glue's not dried out. I had to go find a bottle. I just want to get him, all his pieces together before we glue him to the back and then set him in his stand. That one I'm trying to be like extra careful with because this piece is not down and that's going to have to kind of go over the top of that. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. This is me very intensely putting a puzzle piece together. Sorry. Concentration. It's like trying to write and talk at the same time. I can't do it. I can walk and chew bubble gum though. I'm just trying to line it up. Awesome. Because we still have some pieces back here that need to fit perfectly that are not placed yet. So we need to make sure that they stay. Because once we pull the top off, you'll see all the other pieces that need to be stuck down still. And because this guy's like a puzzle, we need to make sure that everything lines up. And that foot's not there. Did that foot? Yes, we put that foot down. What else are we missing? Did we get everything? Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I know we didn't get this piece. We didn't do his nose. So we'll start with his hat. We'll work our way down. We'll move this out of the way, flip him upside down so that I can get a better view and make sure that everything is lined up. because if I mess it up, it's gonna be on a live, so there it is. It's like, you guys watching me struggle with the door hanger and the string. That was fun. It's actually hanging up behind me on the other side. So I missed a piece right here. Let's grab that one is the dark brown. Just kind of pop some paint in there. There's a little piece of white there. Okay, we've got all that down. Let's do his nose. Make sure you're trying to peel the right side, not the not the painted side. Okay. Here's where I'm hoping I got everything on the right spots. Hmm, we'll come in this way. Let's see if we can do them together. Whoop. Okay, we flip it and we'll match it this way. And now that it's all sticky and I'm touching all the sticky, that was probably the hardest piece is this his little chest area. Okay, so we got everything down. Yes, it is permanent adhesive. It's like a 3M. It You can pop it up, like, if you try, if you make an effort, it'll pop back up, but it is definitely permanent. I've actually had door signs hanging outside in the weather, and they've stayed just fine, like, they're flopping all over, and it's out front of my husband, so I'm in my husband's mechanic shop in the back of it, and so there's no overhang where the door is, and it's exposed, and it's stayed. I've had them up for a few months at a time. But this guy is one of the rare pieces that actually you have to use glue on because the way I set it up in my laser, I could not figure out you don't want this whole piece to have sticky on it. And I couldn't figure out how to get it the way without using glue. But I knew this guy would be super fun and super cute. And I didn't want to not do this one simply because of glue. So I just put a dot here and a dot here. And that's just the Dollar Tree wood glue. I will use super glue, but I'm so adverse to super glue. Yeah, so I'm in Idaho, and we have the ongoing joke in Idaho is that we have bipolar weather, so we can go through all 4 seasons in one day. So, but yeah, no, I'm just stuck things out on the front door and to time test it to see, if the sun will eat it or if the wind will kill it or whatever. But no, it's stuck through snow, it's stuck through sun, it's stuck through a lot of it, at least where I'm at. And we're high desert, so we're dry, but we're not humid. So if you're in an area that gets really humid, I don't know. I can't speak on that. So, but there he doesn't wanna stay in there. You can glue him in, but there he is in his little stand all finished and that. I'm in Boise, so I'm literally in the center of town in Boise. We've been here 20 years, and so we're watching the massive amount of growth happening right now up here. I'm sure I've heard Texas is getting a lot of it too. People escaping the states where they don't wanna be, and so they're going other places. I heard Tennessee is getting a lot too. So, but we're smack dab in the middle of Boise. Like I was saying earlier on the live, I'm in front of my window and I can literally high five people walking by on the sidewalk and it's a main street. The mall is like right there. So super close in the center of town, but I love it. I really do love it. I enjoy being by the rivers and the mountains and going hiking. I couldn't imagine living in central. So on Orchard, as which U-Haul, because there's a lot. We actually my husband is a U-Haul dealer, so we have a bunch of U-Hauls over here, but he runs just plots them out on his lot, and so he'll rent them out. And my daughter like, it's a family-run shop, so, my daughter runs the front. We have some children out in the shop with my husband, and then I do the crafts in the back. So I have there used to be an old, general contractors. Oh, Overland? Yeah, so I'm super close. Overland's probably, like, 2 streets up. Yeah, I don't like all the growth happening because I miss my old Idaho. It right now, it reminds me a lot of, so I grew up down in San Diego, and we've been here in Idaho, like I said, for 20 years, and it reminds me a lot of why I left California, what's happening right now to Idaho, and it's just the massive amounts of growth that's happening right now, and I'm just like, "Oh, I feel bad for my older kids because they can't afford to buy a house now, and it's California pricing, so it's kinda sad, but it's the way of the world right now as it is, so but, just finished this guy up, and he is ready to go. I'm gonna run away and go paint some more for the backgrounds and all of the, fun stuff happening. So if you have any questions, hop on over to the group or message me an email. Don't message me here on Facebook. I don't check the Facebook Messenger anymore simply because I literally get like 20 spam bots a day, and I can't filter through all of them. But yes, come back, Stephanie. I would love to see more of your face and chat with you. So enjoy. Talk to you later.